my dear Cancer. This is a love reading that will predict who is coming towards you with new chances of relationships. It's a prediction for Capricorn season, December 21st to January 20 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. You're gonna find someone new. I really hope you do, because I love you. The idea for the reading came from that song and from one of my viewers asking for a type reading like this. You can also now become member to my channel, either as a supportive member that will get access to unique emojis, loyalty badges and Q&As where I answer your most pressing questions, or an extended member that will get most of my videos ahead of time and with no to very few ads, or a full member that will get access to my mediumship training videos and other special videos above everything else. Welcome to check this out through the link in the description box or through the join button next to the subscribe button. Some of you have been telling me that you can't find the join button on your device, and I asked YouTube about this and they say that you need to update your app. On computer it should be fully visible. For my regular viewers, not much will change, except you will get more videos from me than you did before, thanks to the ones that become members to support my channel. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Before Tarot with Pietro Aligo. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see the Devil and the Tower. So it seems like you have done some kind of cleaning out in your life. Maybe from people that doesn't have your best interest at heart. Okay. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Sun card with the Tower. So this seems to have been a very, like an exercise with purpose. Something that you set yourself out to do. And it's also a question of spiritual awakeness, that you awoke to the truth. You were able to see what was wrong in your life, or what it was that you were doing that didn't work for you and that needed to be taken down. So it's almost like you lived in a house of cards, and one day you realized this, and it was like an epiphany or a flash from above. And this is this situation right before the storm here. So it feels like you are in control. It's not something that's happening to you randomly. It's more you making a revolution to your old style of life. Maybe some things doesn't just work for you anymore, or the situations or the different constellations you were in were hurting you. So I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here it seems like you are praying for mercy. Yes, you might have instigated this with not being happy with your situation or how you were treated by other people, or maybe being stuck in codependent relationships. But it's also scary to tear down your life and begin anew. And here I see you are praying. So I'm thinking you have a good connection with the divine. The flashes here and the wand kind of holds the same energy. So you are divinely guided. I'm seeing a track of people walking here. So it's a group of you being divinely guided towards the maybe making a shift in your life to a new course of action. So 6 elements, and here we have the Hierophant and the Tower, and that's a little bit more interesting. This is I'm feeling this is society, church, religion, maybe the patriarchal society. So I'm going to see what that has to do with you. So from Wisdom of the House of Night, I present Belonging. House of Night, 41. Might be a sense of you not feeling like you belong in society, or maybe that other people are like aliens. They have such a different worldview compared to you. So, my dear one, I know you have been searching your whole life for a sense of belonging, a feeling of home and acceptance. And here I'm reading into logically, I'm not feeling, but logically about commitment, that this is what you have wanted. You have wanted commitment or people you could trust. Come and enter the house of night, for when you choose this symbol, you have joined us in the community of beauty, friendship, and secrets only shared and known among my chosen ones. You are chosen to belong. The symbol also tells you that you are in the right place now. You are at home. Be at home inside yourself. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. When you choose this symbol, know that I, Nyx, goddess of night, have chosen you. So this feels a little bit like a secret society, and they have made Earth their home with their rules. Maybe these rules are not really fitting towards you, for you. So we see this old paradigm here in the shape of the tower, and maybe also the house, and the culture, the religions, the laws, the society, the authority, and a little group like walking towards this authority. So it might be that to change our society, we need to change ourselves. So clean out your own inner house, and then the world will change as if by magic. Okay. And then we have loyalty. So I'm getting a sense, I'm being a little bit scared for authority when I hold this card. And I want to be loved by this authority, and I want to be loyal toward this authority. So they will, treat me nice and not get me stuck between a rock and a hard place, between their laws or their rules or in the religion. We can easily end up like this. For example, if for some reason I'm thinking about cultures where a girl that has been raped, for example, is seen as a criminal because she had sex before marriage. So these kind of impossible situations. You have chosen the symbol of loyalty, and this means you are being called to stand up for who you are and what you believe in. Do you know the story of a beautiful red vampire who saw the good in another and remained steadfast in her love against all odds? Loyalty is tested at times, and you may be asked to assess whether others deserve your loyalty. Sometimes you find yourself in a position where it's difficult to speak up for another person, a cause, or even for yourself. Now is the time to be faithful to your best qualities and to leave the rest behind. This is a true test of character. I know you will choose rightly. Stand up for what you believe in and be loyal only to what is true and what is good. So I'm thinking, forget about fear when it comes to your place in society and in relationship to other people. Be brave and stay true to yourself, and open-minded. Don't just swallow everything that people are telling you just because you want to agree and be nice and show your teeth of submission in a smile. Try to be a little bit more tough so that you can become and shine your true light to the world, which will also help you with your relationships. If you are who you truly are, you will attract the person that you're truly meant to be with. So, 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading. 7 of Cups together with 5 of Swords and Ace of Cups. It's hard to be very empathic and loving person in a world that's not. It's almost like you're asking them to please be nice. The 5 of Swords is connected to the Hierophant card that we saw. Maybe you don't want to see the truth about how the world works or how certain people are behaving in your life. You're allowing kind of the devil to walk next to you, and you even try to make this person love you, or these people. You try to get them on your side so they will be nice to you. It's Stockholm syndrome. Okay, so I want my dear Cancer to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So what's going on here? Someone is being offered something and it's drinking it up. And another person is like really on a spiritual quest. So I'm thinking one person is enjoying the benefits of the current society, and another person and just being kind of lazy with it. And another person is more invested in, I don't know, a better world or better relationships, or a world and love where people are more considerate towards each other. So this person has like a quest, and this person just, I don't know, enjoy the perks of already being on top of the society and getting their needs met. And it's a very shady card. So 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. So I'm thinking this is the epiphany you have made, that even if you love a person to death, it might not always be that it's reciprocated, like that person feels the same way back to you, and you might have to, you know, choose to take care of yourself in this situation and forgo the relationship, even if it was sad. So I'm thinking we are talking about your past here. Okay, so I will just tune in to you and the whoever is coming towards you for a few seconds here. Okay, so this is your future in love, this is your now, and this is the past. And in the past we have the 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is a lovely card about reconciliation and nostalgia. When people were after the Middle Ages, there was a lot of big wars around in Europe, I know, because Sweden instigated a lot of them. And that meant that normal farm boys that usually didn't walk more than maybe 500 meters from their home on a daily basis had to be sent far off to war. And they died from nostalgia, like homesickness. So this is what I'm feeling here, homesickness. It's almost like you are living in a world that's not really instigated by you, and it's not created by you. You're just living by someone else's laws and rules, for example, in your relationship. The kind of relationship you would want, it's only a faint dream, like a nostalgic memory of what could have been. And it's you have such a beautiful heart is what I'm feeling here, with all this empathy, and it should be you ruling the world, like people like this, instead of maybe people with the 5 of Swords, 4 of Cups kind of attitude, just stealing and grabbing and, you know, swallowing it whole and throwing it away. Yeah, and here we have an Ace of Cups. So it might have been a reconciliation here in the past between you and someone, but it's kind of on its way, or it's cooking anyway, because here we can see you're standing in your own honor. It's a little bit hard because maybe you want to fall back into the old, and then you remember, no, keep to the rules, remember to not humiliate yourself or let someone else humiliate you. And here we have Justice and the 6 of Cups. So it might be that someone has come back and say that they're sorry, but that's more logic from my point of view. It's not what I felt when I held the card, and I more felt like you were nostalgic about a past. Maybe you're nostalgic and you hoped that a person would come back and show you their love. But here we have Ace of Cups, so it's about new love. See a little bit more. We have this Page of Wands that wants to make changes and make the world a better place. And then we have, here is Sagittarius energy. And Page of Swords, 2 of Swords, King of Swords with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, and fire. So I'm seeing almost people being on the same level here. So no one is really showing the love, maybe out of necessity, because if someone is not worthy of our love, we need to, you know, walk away and find someone who is. And maybe this is what you're doing here. So we can't be lovey-dovey to someone if we need to break up with them because they don't fulfill our needs or don't even try to be nice. And here we have a 6 of Wands, so it's another 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands. It's connected to the Lover's card, and it's the water and the fire, so it shows a lot of passion. With the 6 of Wands, I'm thinking you are being some kind of pioneer, going before everyone else and maybe rearranging the rules a little bit when it comes to relationships. If you are our heart and our empathy Cancer, you have set the tone for what a person that's unconditionally loving should act. And if you change, the world will change. And that's why you are a pathfinder here, a pioneer. So it's important how you deal with your relationship, because it's going to spread like rings on water and affect other people. But it seems like you are being successful with your little revolution here. Okay, so this is in your past, and we have the 8 of Swords. So being kind of sacrificed by authority or society or the ranging paradigm in society. So being the scapegoat, maybe the one that deserves love the most, but still always being kind of sacrificed or treated badly or humiliated, even though maybe the love that you gives is like of really high quality. People seems to take advantage of it and make you into a victim or a scapegoat instead. And here we have a 3 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling this is what you have been working on together with the divine, and also in your relationships, even the difficult ones, that how to act in a different way to get a different result. So the nice people don't get sacrificed while the naughty people are being celebrated or elevated. So and this is a job for everyone, because if you are scared of authority or scared of your partner, that they will leave you if you don't act in a certain kind of way, being overly nice, maybe having patience with a lot of their bad behavior, not saying anything, that's you not changing this paradigm but actually living under it. Next card is the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands, it's a lot of things that you could say. I'm feeling like this is the authority and this is you. You're even stronger and bigger than this other person, and still you're letting this person rules. Maybe because they pay for the house, you're just building it. I don't know. But anyway, in this situation here, we are being very humble, and we are not maybe telling the other person if they come with a bad idea or what they say doesn't make sense. So this is a situation, the kind of dynamics between these two, that this person wouldn't even tell this person if they were nude, like the emperor without clothes, that fairy tale. So it's a lot of power that you're holding back here, 10 of Wands. That's very, very powerful. But you just want this love. You just want everyone to be nice, and then you can't go and be, have a firestorm in the face of this person. If you want to add to the niceness, you feel like you can't really, start a fight or go against the stream, or being possible or undiplomatic or whatever it is that you are feeling with your natural feelings. Because the 10 of Wands, it's your natural expression, but you're holding it back and trying to fit in or play nice. You try to work in teams with authority, and you try to make them be on your side, so you won't be persecuted over and over again. This is also the past life card, and the 8 of Swords is kind of repetitive. So I'm thinking you have been humiliated over and over and over and over again. Maybe that's why you have become so submissive. So you're now trying to just work together here. But this I also told you were working together with Spirit, and they are kind of sending you the 10 of Wands, but I don't think you're prepared to listen, because it's scary to stand up to some kind of authority. Here we are still building on this house, and it's a 5, so it's connected to the Hierophant card we saw, also the 5 of Swords that we saw. Here it's competition. So in a family dynamic or a relationship dynamic, we usually get different roles, even if it has nothing to do with who we really are, but we are being given those roles by people in our surrounding. For example, we can become the scapegoat, or the person that takes all the blame, or the person that's supposed to fix all the situations. We can also become the person that knows it all and has the final word, and it's different things like this. And I'm feeling maybe you're given some kind of role here because you accept it, okay? You accept a role that might not really be yours to play. And here is the end result, or the result for you anyway right now. 9 of Swords. You're doing your best. You're really humbling yourself. You're trying to not freak the other person out or scare them or push them over the edge. So you're trying to not say the wrong words. You're keeping yourself very humble, drawn back, and not expressing what maybe is obvious, because the Emperor has no clothes. And this is what it does to your soul. It's not a beautiful sight. And then we have a Queen of Cups. So this is you, the true expression of you, and the 10 of Wands. So if you would have to say the truth to people, I'm not meaning anything mean, like you are such a bad driver because you are not intelligent enough. That wouldn't be so nice to say. But to say, I'm really scared when you're driving the car so fast. Could you take more consideration to my feelings? We can only ask for it, but the person doesn't have to give it. So if they continue driving the car really fast, and your intention is saying, no, this is dangerous, because you can feel into your feeling and your intuition, and it says it's dangerous. Angels needs to fly very low around the car, like 10 angels, to keep the darn thing on the road, and you feel this is precarious. So if the person doesn't listen, you don't journey with them in the car. You don't have to be a martyr. You just say, no, I have asked you several times to drive with more consideration to my fears of dying in a car crash, and I haven't seen you being able to listen, and it's all right. I just don't want you to drive a car which I'm sitting in. So I have solved it this way. I'm going to rent a car of my own, or the taxi will come and pick me up. So this is how we can tell our truth and still be gentle. We don't have to scream and yell and shout. We just take a lot of responsibility for what we are feeling, and we are going to go with our own feelings and our own moral values and how we perceive the world, and that person is allowed to continue in the way they want. You don't want to change them if they don't want to change for you. If they would want to, maybe they could drive hazardous or dangerous when you are not around, and the police can take them, and it's their business. And they could be driving nicely when they are with you, but they didn't make that choice, and then you need to make a choice, and you might need to sacrifice some being comfortable for the sake of it. But it's also about standing with your words, and you don't have to, if you feel like you can get used to being in this car driving very fast, it's totally fine. Then you get used to it. It's not a law against getting used to things. And you can think, well, if I die, that's probably what's meant to happen anyway, and you just take a deep breath and then get into the car. That's fine too. But if you really feel, no, I don't want to, and this is real love, instead of getting yourself into codependent situation, you show the real love. You show that I can be mild, I can be gentle. You still can't control me. I'm still not going to do the things that you say. Or you can't keep me kidnapped in this dangerous situation because you know that I'm nice. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to solve it in another way, graciously. So that's much more healthy. I don't really know what this has to do with new love, but I'm thinking you are not really ready for a new love until you have figured this out, because in other case you will end up in these difficult competitive relationships where you will have to be humiliated over and over again. And maybe the divine thinks that this is an unnecessary practice for you, that if you change this, you will be able to choose better relationships and sacrifice the one that doesn't work. Doesn't mean you can't be together with a person that drives fast with their car, but there can be more than one red flag, and maybe then you need to make a choice also about the relationship. And here we have the Ace of Swords, so it's about being truthful and honest to yourself, instead of tormenting yourself inside about that the person is so cruel, but never saying a word about it. Or doing anything about it, so you just let them continue walking all over you. But here with the Ace of Swords, that's a chance for you to not do that anymore, but actually take a stand, and it's indicated that this will crown you to become your true soul self, so that wouldn't be so bad. It's another ace, so I'm thinking again, tough love, that you need to act with tough love, calm, tough love. It doesn't have to be reactive. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a martyr or, showing, so since you are still driving this fast, I can't go with you in the car, so I will have to pay for cab. It doesn't have to be like that. You just take responsibility, okay? And that takes away the whole trigger from them, because then they don't have any power over you. And then the tough love will make them want to maybe drive slower. So I have practiced on my driving, and now I can drive really slow. And if you join me, you can see that it's going to go much better. And if you say it's still fast, I will slow down, I promise. So that's the kind of change you want to see. And it's not going to be instigated by this battle where they know you want to go to this fair together with them, and you have planned for weeks, but you can't go in the same car because they are driving like a maniac. So they know they have you captured in this impossible situation, because they know you want to be friendly and you don't want to cause trouble. So they can cause a lot of trouble and you just go along with it. But here you're asked to, not. So this might be, you have to practice on, your friendship relationships, work related relationships, family relationships, before you can be allowed to maybe work on a new romantic relationship, because the divine doesn't want to give you a lot of chances which you will screw up by being codependent and lenient. So Magician, it's kind of up to you how you create this new future. So you need to be honest and truthful to yourself. The Magician is about communication. Here he's holding the sword. So sometimes we are scared of taking leadership. So we rather go in the fast car, scared to death, than taking our own responsibility, because we don't know how this is going to go. Maybe the other person is going to be on the fair like an hour before you. The cab never came. Can be a lot of humiliation in that as well. But the key here is to take responsibility. Say, okay, so it's the first time I did this journey without you. So with practice comes perfection. And next time I know I won't call that cab company. Instead, I will call a friend that will join us on the fair from now on, because they are more gentle driver. Okay. And 3 of Wands. So it seems like you will be able to manage this with flying colors, that you will be able to show this new you in a way that will actually be beneficial for every new encounter you have, and also your old encounters. I don't really see a suitor for you here. I just see people kind of wants to complicate your life or take advantage of you a little bit, or pull your leg, or have a joke on your expense, or feel exhilarated because it's almost like they have this little fly in a bottle and they shake it like this and they see, oh, the fly gets really upset, and that's you. So you are being a little bit played with, and now it's up to you to change the rule of this game. And the Three of Wands is connected to the Empress, but it's an Empress that points with her whole hand and shows this is the direction. I can make compromises, but I'm not going to compromise my soul or my core beliefs or my core values or the things that I just feel like I've stubbornly decided, and I'm not going to change my mind, because if I feel stubborn, then I know it has to do for now with my soul, because we need to also calibrate our connection with our soul. And it means for a while maybe follow every little twitch and turn that your feelings are making, and being stubbornly going with that. And then when you have learned that this is when I get like a cranky child, and this is when I'm in my soul, eventually you will be able to steer better with this. But we are all beginners, so we need to calibrate our system by abiding to it for a while. And then it's calling in your soulmate. When you have done this work that Divine has put on display here, and you're not being kidnapped by people and situations anymore that's uncomfortable, because you take care of yourself, you take responsibility for the situation, and you're okay with if you take leadership and things doesn't go perfectly. You're still worthy of love, even if you're screwing up things. For example, coming too late to the fair because you refuse to go with the car. And so then you're ready to call in your soulmate. Divine doesn't want to send you one before you have learned this thing. So, but it's a good way to start now. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualization brings you together. So start to envision what kind of person you would want in your life. In the same way that you would build a house, we need to have the vision, the magical vision, and we might need to hire an architect that will draw the house for us, and we make a lot of changes to this, our blueprint of wishes that we're sending out to the universe, and hire contractors and getting all the permissions, and so from the government, and buying land and finding the right spot for your house, all these kind of things. And it's the same when it comes to love. It's not going to someone else is going to dream it for you and fix it. Everything is being created like this in the world. Everything has been a dream, idea, and envision. So you need to envision. But we can feel a little bit like we are out of our comfort zone here, because we can't really control another person. But you can still make wishes. You can still see visions, and you can still ask for what you want from the universe. When I bought this house that I'm living in 12 years ago, I asked for a house on a big hill with a lake, and with big oak trees. I didn't say big oak trees, I say oak trees, and a bathtub. So I got exactly that, but I wasn't too specific. So the house is not by a lake, it's actually a pond, and the oak trees were very young, so not this big that I had imagined, but not really. I actually wrote this down, so you can write down what kind of soulmate you want, or say it again and again in your head, or and go into meditation and dream this person forward. Also had a bathtub, the house actually, but it was not installed, so it is still a wonderful house. And I know now that I need to be more specific when I ask for things, but it's nice with the jokes that the universe makes as well. So, Moonlight, this is the advice for you. 51, moving forward. 51, 52, here. So your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beacons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second guessing yourself. You know, I said you needed to be stubborn. For your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain more information. Remember that the language of intuition is symbolic. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tinkling, a clear sound, or an animal or an object crossing your path, or songs. For me, it's often songs or feathers. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. Too much analyzing is getting you nowhere. So stop overthinking things. You may be exhausted from second guessing yourself all the time and losing your footing. So are you insecure about your ability to make good choices? Step back and regroup and enter into a more trusting relationship with the flow of life. Don't become overly concerned about perceived mistakes that you have done. You will learn to dance. Who will learn to dance if you don't occasionally take a misstep? On the moonlit pathways, you can discover love and truth are wondrous things. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. So that kind of summed it up in a beautiful way. So, my dear, I hope this helped, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get a heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. You can also get access to my premium content membership if you click the join button or follow the link in the description box. You can also help my channel out through sharing this video with like-minded. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving and supporting viewers. So until next time, take really good care and stay blessed. Okay, bye-bye.